Hey there! So today we're going to be doing some Bible journaling. This morning we are going to be working in our Moment to Breathe 365 in Devotional, and it's by Encourage. And this one is, we're going to be doing day 25. So day 25 is our verses, chapter 14, verses 13 through 14. So let's turn to that. So today's verse says, or verses, but when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed. Although they cannot repay you, you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous. So today's verse is about feeding those that you normally wouldn't feed. That's my summing up of that. So I went over to Most Digital Pencil and I found this lady making bread. I thought she'd be perfect. She's getting ready for her banquet. And it's called Mom's Nissu. So I printed her out at 125% of what she came as. And then I used my Lightbox to put her into my Bible. And I will put a link to the video on how to do that at the end of the video or at the top of the screen if you want to see that. And then I did gesso my page, so I have gessoed it with my clear gesso and have it all prepped and ready to go so that you wouldn't have to watch that. It's kind of boring. So let's go ahead and get started. So my thought is today that I'm going to use my Inkjet pencils and maybe some Faber-Castell Pitt pens, because I haven't used those in here yet. And maybe some crayons maybe to do some decorating in the back. That's my thought. So let me grab my Inkjet pencils. And we're going to color our, I think I'm going to use my Pitt pens because I have the this skin tones set. So I think I'm going to do her skin with that. And I did try it out on the back page of my Bible back here. I have this page back here, so I gessoed a section, and then I kind of try things out back here on this back sheet so I can see how it goes. So this was the Pitt pens right here. So I also tried my Copics in here, so I'm thinking maybe another day we'll do Copics. Only with Copics you can't go back over the top, so you're going to kind of have to be careful because it streaks over whatever color there was in there. But I gessoed this section and it did not bleed through to the back, so I'm definitely going to be trying that out again, but not today. So let's go ahead and let's put this on here to hold the page down. How about that? The page wants to curl up here. Okay, let's go down. And I think I'll do the Inkjet pencils first. That way, in case I didn't try out putting water over the top of the Faber-Castell pencils. I'm going to grab a piece of washi tape here from my, and I usually put my washi tape on my shirt or my pants a couple of times so that it doesn't rip the page. So we'll go like that. And then let's prop up this side so that I know, so it doesn't fall down so far. Okay, let's see, get it all in there. So thanks everybody for joining me. I hope that you are going to hopefully enjoy this little section here. All right, so let's go ahead and do, I'm thinking that I'm going to start with her hair. Let's just start with that. So let's do, let me grab the brown pencils first. Of course, all the colored pencils are on the top. All the yellows and blues. Let's try Bark, which is 1800. And I have Went ahead and I did a swatch sheet for my pencils so that I know what color they are. I always recommend that. If you haven't swatched out any of your stuff, go ahead and do that, because then you know exactly what color you're going to get. So I'm going to just wet my paintbrush, and then I'm going to pick the paint up off of the pencil onto my brush. I find that works best for me. I have tried last week, or a couple weeks ago, we tried where we put it into the page where I drew it on, and that works good too. It just, for me, this is a little bit faster. She doesn't have too much of her hair showing here, so I get my pencil wet again. You want to be careful when you're doing this if you do it over the top of your Bible, because when I'm wiping my paintbrush across the top, it kind of splatters a little bit, and you don't want it to splatter all over your work. Even though later I'll probably splatter some on there on purpose. Oh, she's got this one little hair right here. Let's give this a little bit of color. But I did put a link to this girl down in the description box if you want to head over to Moe's and pick her up. Okay, so this was number 1800. Let's add a little bit darker color. So let's go, that wasn't very dark. Let's go with dark chocolate, which is 1930. Oh, well, see, because this isn't the same color I picked. This was, what was this? This is Baked Earth. No wonder I'm off a thing. So this was 1800 Baked Earth. That's not the color I looked at on my chart. Yeah, so let's pick up a little bit of this dark chocolate. Okay, and then if you dry it in between, it'll work out a little bit better. And I've got a little puddle of water right here, so I'm going to dab that with my paintbrush and kind of squish it around. Okay, let's add a little bit. Add a little bit of few lines in here. Okay, then let's see, we got our bread here. So let's go ahead and use our Baked Earth that we use for her hair down here on this bread. And she's also got some bread right over here, so I'm going to go ahead and color that. She's already made some. She's on it. So today's story in our devotional was about a lady having all the kids from after school coming to her house, and they're always preparing food for them, and it's kind of like a safe place for all the kids in the neighborhood. They live in a neighborhood with lots of people work, and so all the kids come to her house and play on the trampoline and hang out, and she feeds them and stuff like that. So this was kind of my thought behind my lady here, was she's preparing her dinner for someone to come visit. I know we probably all have a vision of Jesus coming to visit us for a meal, and I'm pretty sure what I envision him looking like is probably not what would show up at my door. So we have to remember to be prepared for that situation, because we just never know who's going to be there. Okay, let's go with that. And then let's try this. And we got some eggs, and I want to put kind of like a flower color around here. Do they have... Let's try mustard. So mustard is number 1700. So let's try that down here as kind of flower down here on the paper where she's doing her table. Where she's kind of scattered some flour. I don't have any like off-white. I have a white one, but I don't think that will work as good. And I think I'll use this too on these eggs, because eggs are not completely white. And then I'm going to use this dark brown on this cutting board right here. Try to be a little bit, so I don't have to get out 5,000 different colors, even though you could. But I try to reuse some of them that I've already gotten out. Let's dry this. And let's use a little bit of this mustard up here on this sack right here for her flower. And let's grab a red. Let's do Poppy. So Poppy red is 400. And I'm going to do this little, the little towel she's got hanging on her shirt off of her apron here. And then let's do this tea towel. I trace my image in with my Illustrated Faith pen before I gessoed the page. Let's grab gray. Let's do... let's see, neutral gray. No, let's do the neutral gray. Let's do neutral gray up here a little bit on her apron. Colored my bread black. Haven't even got it in the oven yet. Fix that. We can't have that. I think I'll darken up this towel over here. Let's add this right on to the page. Trying not to color her arm. And maybe we should do the stripes on this bowl. Let's see here. Let's do this little pedestal thing over here. This is baked earth. Or salt crusher, maybe. And let me see. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining me. Now we're going to do, I'm thinking that maybe I'm going to do a little bit more of this mustard over here on this little towel thing. And let's add some more gray to her apron. Darken it up a little bit. And she's got on a shirt, so let me see. Let's do, Let's give her a yellow shirt. No, no, no. Let's do, oh, how about 1220? It is 1220 is green aquamarine. Because she's got on a shirt. Whoops, no color her face blue. Thinking that maybe this is part of her shirt. And since we got this out, let's give this sack a little bit. Like I said, I try to move some of my colors around so I don't just have one color. I move them around and use them in different places on my page. And I think I'll do this bowl. Let's try that. Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven wants to know where her bread machine is. I know, I don't know. That's what I have. Throw it in the bread machine and it whips it up. Bread machine's great for making cinnamon rolls. You just put everything in the bread machine and you come back a couple hours from now and it's made up the dough. And then all you have to do is roll it out and make the cinnamon roll. Not that I need any cinnamon rolls, but it does make some nice ones. You still have to roll them all out though. They don't come rolled out. You have to take the dough out, roll it out, put all this stuff on it, and you still have to wait for it to rise up. Baking is so time consuming. Okay, what do we got here? Let's do this scooper. Let's give that a little bit of gray. And, oh, what do we got here? She's got a little bit, I'm thinking that's part of her apron, this thing right here. She's going to wear one of those wraparound aprons. Okay, what do we got? We've got some stuff over here on this towel. Let's do some yellow on that. Let's do 210, which is cadmium yellow. I'm going to color right over the top of those hearts. Got a little bit of blue right here. Let's try to wipe that up. And we'll bring this over here onto the box. Maybe this little stick, this cruncher thing could have some yellow on it. Hi, Julie. Thanks for joining me. I'm making a mess so far. Let's get a little smaller brush. Maybe that'll work better. Okay, that didn't really work better. Water painting is hard. Okay, so we're gonna have to do something up here with her dress or her apron. She's got this other stuff up here. Let's put this, maybe this red. She's got something going on there. Okay, let's see if we can get this black off her arm. Now, because I put the gesso down, I'm able to kind of move this around, but with the Inktense pencils, once they dry on regular stuff, you aren't going to move that. They're permanent. But because I have some gesso on here, that has helped not make it quite so permanent yet. If that makes sense. All right, let's try these Faber-Castell skin tones. So I'm going to use, does this have a number on it? Let's see. This is 116. And look, we could get the great skin tone. I don't think I linked these down in the description box, but I will after I'm done with the video. I'm never sure what I'm going to use, so I try to put a few things down there that I know I'm going to use, and then come back if I use something else and list it just in case. Okay, so that was 116. Let's add a little bit of shadow. So let's do, what's this one? 132. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna do along the back of her arm. Maybe some of these wrinkles on her elbow. I didn't do a very good job tracing her hands here. They look kind of funky. Then I'm thinking that let's do 219 on these hearts right here. Look how nice that works. No going out of the lines. That's why I'm definitely going to be trying my Copics in here, because this coloring business is hard work. Okay, 219. Let's see, what other colors we got? Let's do, how about this blue? This is 110. Thinking this little dress here. What do I do with that thing? Let's do this little towel. Let's put a little bit more red right here on this stripe. I didn't do a very good job of painting that. That was really small. And I think I'm gonna do these bowl stripes too. I maybe should paint this bowl a little bit better. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's do something up here. I want to try, I haven't tried out these crayons. I got these crayons the other day, so I thought maybe we could use these kind of as a background, maybe up here in the top. So my thought is kind of like a wallpaper. Do some kind of weird thing up here. What kind of weird color are we gonna have? Let's try this. Frida. That looks colorful. Okay, so I'm gonna just go like this. We're gonna try it. I like color. This is looking kind of plain. So I've never used these before, so I have no idea what they're like. Okay, that's not very colorful. Must need more. Okay, let's try just putting it on. Okay. Now, let's try rubbing it around. Okay, that's better. She's got crazy wallpaper at her house. Hi, Lorraine. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so this isn't very dark. I'm gonna dry it and then I'm gonna put some more on. Let's see what happens when we dry it. Okay, now let's put some more on. I got these crayons for the sole purpose of trying them in my Bible. Everybody's like, oh, get some. I have so many things to try out. I got some. I also have some gelatos we need to try. And I got some in my Purpose-Driven Essentials subscription box they sent me the other day. So I want to try those. Maybe next week we can try that. I think I've only used, I have some gelatos, but I've only used them I think once. Oh, there, that's much better. Okay, so that was Frida. Get crazy with my coloring here. Let's go up a little bit. Sorry about that. So you can see it covers most of the page. And I didn't put any over here because I'm going to put my words over here. Thinking that she maybe needs some maybe some splatters in here. Maybe let's try that. Let's see. I think I have some. Let's do this black. Okay, and I don't want to splatter her, so let's put a paper towel on her. And then we'll go, because we would never have plain, I would never have plain wallpaper. Okay, wait a minute, let's do, where's my verse right here? Okay, so let's not put any right there. Because we're going to do, let me get my pen. And let me outline my verse so I can try to keep the splatters out of there because I can tell I'm going to make a mess. Okay, let's go. I wonder if this will come up just a little bit. Nope. Okay, so once you put those crayons down and it dries, you are pretty much stuck with that. So be aware of that. Let's see what the back looks like. It didn't go through. But it didn't pick up that color back off the page very well. So once you put your stuff down, it kind of stains it. It's not as dark as it was up here, but you're pretty much stuck with that. But we'll lighten it a little bit here. I should have thought of that and done my outlining first. So I didn't color over that, but that's okay. All right, so let's do a couple of little splatters of my paint down here. Oops. Okay, I'm thinking that maybe, maybe I should do, oh, Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven's so cute. He says I'm being all mixed media today. I don't even know what that is. But I'm thinking that you're going to need to do, maybe I should do a different color right in here just to bring this out more. Maybe, let's try this blue one. This is, because it's kind of, well, kind of goes with, I don't know. Let's try it. Let's get it wet and then just put it on. Maybe that. Oh, that worked better. Okay, so we'll go like this. And be... we'll just fill in our box. How about that? And this was, I don't even know how to say that, Botticelli? This Jane Davenport, she definitely comes up with some great names for her stuff. Okay, so then you can tell that is at least where the verse goes. Okay, so let's put our title on. So for our title, I got online, or I went into my program and I made up this little title. And for this, I used the Devious Volume 2 font. So if you want to try that out, I put a link to it down in the description box. This was a paid one, so, but you could maybe, if you search around, you can maybe find one similar. That's a freebie. I think at one time I subscribed to a font place, and sometimes on Mondays they send you a free stuff. So my title is Open the Door and Invite Someone In. And I printed this on clear sticker paper. So when you put this down, you want to make sure that you have it where you want it. Because once you stick it down, you're not getting it up. So make sure it's where you want it to go. And I put it down a little bit slow so that you make sure that it doesn't wrinkle up. Because if you get a little wrinkle in there, you're not going to get that out either, just so you know. Okay. So let's go with that. And then I'm going to let's do our journaling right over here. So let me see. Let's go. All right, so that is pretty much it for me today. Lorraine says her clear sticker paper has been lifting up. Wow, I don't know, I've never had that problem. I guess, but I haven't been Bible journaling that long. But once you stick the sticker paper down, I can't get that up. It's like stuck on there. Maybe it got damp, or I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and see. I can go back and look at some of my other pages where I've stuck the sticker on there, but I've never heard of it coming up before. Usually I stick it down there and I'm like, oh no, I have a wrinkle, and it's like, oh, because I can't move it anymore. So that is going to be it for us today. Don't forget that if you go over to the store blog, you can look up at the top of the blog, there's a little classes tab. If you hit that, you'll see what we'll be working on next week. I've made sure to put it up there so everybody knows what we're going to be working on. So you can kind of get an idea of the verse, and maybe if you want to color along with me, you know, you can see what you want to do and then just work on whatever you're working on while I'm working on whatever I'm working on. So I hope you guys had fun today, and I will see you next week. Unless you're coming back for coloring, and that will be in 40 minutes. I'll see you back here for Copic coloring. Bye-bye, guys.